Allegedly, the Daily Mail paid $250,000 for information to print this story.
Kevin Federline has gone on the record with her to say that he believes Britney Spears is on crystal meth, and the boys seem to be corroborating the story.
Here she's on and like Amy Winehouse.
Straight up say here they think they're going to get the call any moment that Britney Spears has overdosed and died.
Britney Spears' family says that she's on drugs. They fear that her days are numbered, and at any point they will get the call that she's gone. But Britney says her family is full of BS, and that her children are wrong for exploiting her like everyone else has. So let's get into it. There's a clear battle between narratives when it comes to Britney's well-being. Part of her family is claiming that she's going to die on meth, while she says she's all right. Now let's go ahead and pick apart and destroy this terrible article from the Daily Mail. It comes from a reporter named Daphne Barrick, and they're pretty much claiming that Britney is on drugs and she's going to die like Amy Winehouse did.
And by the way, this article's written by Daphne Barrick, and she's been spending a ton of time with the Spears family, so she's an actual legitimate source at this point. And she is the same woman who was spending a lot of time with Amy Winehouse and Amy Winehouse's family when she died.
I have a correction for that TikTok because she's been spending a lot of time with Britney's children and her ex-husband, not with Britney herself. And it's disgusting to see how determined Daily Mail is to get details into Britney's life and plaster them all over the internet, even if they aren't correct.
Allegedly, the Daily Mail paid $250,000 for information to print this story, and that $250,000 payment went to a member of this family. That's not Britney Spears.
$250,000 is a ridiculous amount, and of course Kevin Federline is going to sell out for that because it seems like he only cares about Britney's money. But let's go ahead and take a look at this article ourselves. In an interview with Daphne Barrick for the Mail on Sunday, Federline revealed that he's terrified for the singer's well-being, while Preston and younger brother Jaden say that they are refusing to spend time at their mother's home after purportedly seeing drugs delivered to the property. I mean, these are some pretty huge claims, saying that Britney is having drugs delivered to her home.
So Daphne says that she's been spending time with the Spears family because she has been working on a documentary with them about Britney Spears. Kevin Federline has gone on the record with her to say that he believes Britney Spears is on crystal meth, and the boys seem to be corroborating the story. Now, if you remember the story that we were getting about why the boys didn't want to see Britney, it was because they said she was posting herself nude on Instagram and it was embarrassing, but we're finally getting more details.
They write, since November 2021, when the 13-year arrangement to control her financial and personal affairs was lifted, she has documented her freedom in a torrent of highly emotional social media messages, many of them semi-naked. Okay, who wrote this? Actually, Daphne did, and we're going to be exposing her very soon in a new video. The often bizarre post led to fears that the 41-year-old is fragile, damaged by the years in which others controlled her life, and perhaps still plagued by the mental issues which first led to the conservatorship. Okay, all right, because when she was put into the conservatorship, it was not just. There was no real mental health issues because they said that she had dementia at 26 years old. But they continued, today Britney is in an extremely dangerous place. They tell me her drug taking has resumed, with some in her family claiming that she is now hooked on crystal meth, the highly addictive cocaine derivative made notorious in hit series Breaking Bad. Okay, shout out to Breaking Bad. But Daphne writes, after spending 9 months working with the Spears family, Britney's parents, her brother, her former husband, and her children for a new documentary, I'm sorry to say the situation is more deeply troubling than we even had guessed. Quote, I fear she's on meth. I've been praying someone would make it public and that she would wake up, Kevin Federline said. He also says, it's terrifying. She's the mother of my boys. I like how Kevin is trying to act like sympathetic, like, oh no, she's the mother of my boys. Like, I want to protect her. But he continues to push out fake news to the media to essentially make Britney look bad.
I could offer Kevin Federline any piece of advice, that would be to please move to Hawaii, stay away from any journalists, and just continue to live off of Britney's money while you're still getting it.
We all know why Kevin Federline is doing this press, but let's go ahead and talk about her sons. They write her sons, Preston and Jaden, are refusing to meet their mother, claiming they have seen drugs being delivered to her house. Her family are scared, with Britney's father, Jamie, telling me he worries that she will meet the same fate as singer Amy Winehouse. Daphne worked very closely with Amy, and Amy had a tragic ending at the age of 27. So very interesting. They're trying to plant this seed right now. I really don't like this mention of Amy Winehouse because, again, I think it is like planting a seed into our minds and starting to mentally prepare the world to accept Britney's fate as a similar way.
Here she's on meth and will die like Amy Winehouse. This is the most disgusting, misogynist headline ever. First of all, don't invoke the name of our girl Amy Winehouse ever, especially when it's to shame Britney Spears or shame anyone for a substance abuse disorder. But Britney Spears is not on this.
Daphne writes, having spent time with both families, Amy's in the 3 years before her death and Britney's over the past year, I can see disturbing parallels. And as her ex-husband put it several times, every time the phone rings, I fear that there will be devastating news. Quote, I don't want the boys to wake up one morning and find their mother has taken an overdose. It's really hypocritical to see how the public says that, we should treat Britney with respect and stop dragging her through the media. Yet you look at this comparison to Amy Winehouse, and there's no denying that there's something very wrong there. And it's all over the headlines. Daphne writes, in August, I disclosed in the mail on Sunday that the boys had decided not to see their mother until she finds help. They have kept their word. They told me that they have been through many traumatic experiences with her over the years, and things did not improve as they grew older. They claim, for example, that she attempted to continue bathing them when they were age 11 and 12. This part makes me so uncomfortable because that's such a weird claim. I don't really know what to make of it.
Straight up say here they think they're going to get the call any moment that Britney Spears has overdosed and died. Allegedly, her family's been trying to get in contact with her, but they cannot because she's surrounded by a powerful entourage. I don't know who they're talking about. And I'm just going to warn you right now, this here's the worst part of the article, okay? They are making accusations against Britney Spears as a mother that they cannot take back and will ruin her reputation. First of all, they're claiming that she was doing drugs during breastfeeding and that Kevin had to intervene with a lawyer. And they're also alleging that she was inappropriate with them in bathtubs at too late of an age, which I find really freaking interesting considering just a few days ago, Britney posted this really weird caption that gave a lot of people ideas that maybe she was trying to out her uncle for similar things. And then her whole Instagram went away. And now suddenly, Britney's getting similar claims against her. I'm sorry, I don't like this.
I can't imagine how Britney feels because I would feel sick to my stomach having that out there. I mean, I feel sick to my stomach reading it right here in front of you guys. Though Daphne explains that contact has not completely stopped. Preston called her on December 2nd to wish her a happy birthday. He told us that they have had good conversations on the phone, but when she asked him to visit, he said he's not ready for it and he was focusing on school and his future. That's sad. It sounds like he's been almost convinced to dislike his mother. Now, of course, Kevin Federline's low-life wife had something to say to the reporter because she can't shut her mouth even though her opinion is so irrelevant. Daphne says, when I suggested that Jaden's talent on the piano might be a legacy from his superstar mom, Victoria, Kevin's wife, begged to differ. She said, no, Britney used to yell at Jaden for practicing the piano at her home. He was making too much noise. It was us, me, who encouraged Jaden to practice. So if Jaden ever becomes a superstar musical artist, we've got Victoria, Kevin's wife, to thank. Britney did respond to this terrible article and here's what she had to say. The fact that people are claiming things that are not true is so sad. This may not even be them saying such things because it doesn't make any sense to me for them to be saying that. With Preston saying, she needs to listen to us before it's too late. Do you remember every visit you came to my home, you went into your room and locked the door? I never saw you guys. Jaden played the piano and we made music together. But the day I told him I wanted to see you guys more, I never saw you again. It makes me sad because I tried so hard to make things nice for you and it was never good enough. So you guys go behind my back and talk about me. It breaks my heart and the news is so low. I've always felt like the news bullies me. It's sad because everyone sits back as if it's okay to make up lies to that extent. Why am I told I have to sit back and rise above when they all go so low? Hopefully it is just the news being hateful and Kevin nor Preston said any of those things. Either way, I will be fine working out to throb. Well, obviously she's hurt. She doesn't really negate a lot of the specific details, but I feel like it's not even worth it to address those because they are so bad. Britney's lawyer, Matthew Rosengart, had a lot to say about the situation, and I appreciate that he continues to stand up for her. Headlines read that Britney's lawyer claims reckless report that singer is on meth is false and defamatory. He said, quote, the Daily Mail through Daphne Barrick posted a story yesterday containing numerous false and defamatory fabrications concerning my client Britney Spears that are attributed to Kevin Federline and his children. He continues, I have separately learned that on several occasions that Ms. Barrick sought to contact Britney under false pretenses, again using her minor children, which is exploitative, harassing, and outrageous. And moreover, Britney's representatives were never contacted prior to the publication of the story, further demonstrating actual malice and reckless disregard for the truth. Yes, Matthew, tell him how it is legally. Matthew said he would follow up separately, but asked the outlet to please confirm that they will immediately delete and retract that false and defamatory story. When contacted for a comment, Daphne told the Page 6 in part that there are 12 days of filming with Kevin, his wife, and his family, all by his request. So she's got that footage and they plan to release it. Actually, she claimed only a small percentage of the footage she allegedly documented has been released and has made headlines. So she's excited to really run the news cycle with whatever tea she has this family spilling, which is really disgusting because the T in this situation stands for trauma. Kevin Federline is now retracting everything and backing out and trying to make Daphne seem like she's the bad guy because she had fabricated and lied and put out this distressing report. So he's now backtracking and trying to make himself safe, which I honestly think is really gross. Okay, maybe it's nice that he's actually going to tell the truth, but also at the same time seems like he's just saving face, probably so he can stay on Britney's good side or at least her decent side. But we really know who the monster is here, and it's Kevin Federline.
In a very shocking twist of events, Kevin Federline is slamming Daphne for the article that she wrote. Kevin says he and his family have had to endure way too much over the years, and a recent report claiming those around Britney fear she's on meth is just too much to handle, and he's fighting back. In response to the story, Kevin tells us it saddens our family that Daphne Barrick, I don't know if that's how you say it, have decided to fabricate lies and publish the heartache our family has endured along with the trauma of our minor children in the Daily Mail and the Sun.
One thing I do find interesting is that he does explain that he believes Daphne is harassing the family, which when we make my video, my deep dive on Daphne, you will see she has been harassing this family for a long time, and it actually looks like she did get what she wanted.
Stressing that she continues to harass our family when we have repeatedly asked her to leave us alone. As was previously published, our family did speak with Miss Barrick and Mr. Ganasti a few times, and this was done in a respectful way with love and compassion for Britney and the Spears family. Her lies and attempts to exploit minors is clickbait and another repulsive example of where, unfortunately, certain journalism has sunk today.
Kevin can try to clean up his act as much as he wants, but the damage is already done. And this documentary will be coming out, and I'm sure he signed papers away, and there's probably no real stopping it. But I can't stop thinking about the fact that Britney Spears is being set up to be the next Amy Winehouse. Like, these people are trying to kill her off. She's not happy. I read a few blind items where she's kind of like lost the spark in her eye. She's not even crying anymore. And I'm really worried about her well-being and whether she's going to survive whatever these people are putting her through. Cade, her former team, her ex-husband, her entire family, she's got zero support.
Plan is to poison the public's mind while they're preparing her death. And the source went on to reiterate, funny how they mentioned Amy Winehouse, those fucking cowards. These headlines are so disgusting, and this has been going on now for what, 15 years, almost 20 years? This needs to stop. This is disgusting. And if she was a man, I've never heard any man be compared to Amy Winehouse. This is so gross. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting emotional about this, but just let's not give this any legs.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was sad to make because I wish we had better news when it comes to Britney, but comment below what you think. Here's my email if you have any other video ideas for me, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.